Hello, 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 hello. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Oh my gosh, meron tayong bisita na nagbabalik dito sa SB Crown Pageant News today. Siyempre, isa na natin siyang suki dito sa SB Crown kasi dito naman talaga siya nagsimula sa akin. At isa siya talagang masasabi kong anak-anakan ko na dito sa mundo ng pageantry. At syempre nandito siya ngayon para muling bisitahin tayong lahat at kamustahin natin siya kung ano ba ang naging journey niya dito sa Miss Universe Philippines 2020. Ito nga ay nag-iisang Diyosa na Pasay na wala nang iba kundi si Miss Sandra Nicole Santamaria.
Hi everyone! Good afternoon! So, na-miss ko mag-live. Ang tagal ko ang last live ko is with you, Mama Sam, before kami pumasok sa it was with you. And nakakamiss mag-prepare for that.
Nakakamiss, no? Ako nga na-miss ko yung after kasi nung pumasok kayo sa loob, wala akong ini-interview kundi gumawa ng prediction, pagkatapos gumawa kami ng mga vlog. Tapos yung unang-unang guest ko si Miss Rizal. Tapos doon ko naramdaman na parang ay na-miss ko to, na-miss ko yung mga ginagawa, na-miss ko yung mga kandidata, na-miss ko yung mga babies. Yon. Sandra! Fresh na fresh from Miss Universe Philippines 2020, Sandra Nicole Santamaria. So, yon, una sa lahat, congratulations sa'yo. Kamusta ka? Yon ang unang tanong ko.
So far, I'm doing good. I think it's been a week na talagang nag-relax ako from the pageant world and I was just hanging out with my friends, going back to my normal life together with my family, my friends, eating out. So that's what I've been doing and I feel more refreshed more than anything. Kasi syempre, Mama Sam, 9 months talaga na talagang tutok talaga ako sa pageant together with my trainers. And talagang right now, I was really accumulating a lot of sleep as much as I could. Kasi di ba yun yung sabi ko nung last interview ko with you. After Miss Universe, I'm really gonna sleep a lot.
Okay, Sandra. So, alam mo, isa kami sa mga na-proud sa'yo talaga. Kahit hindi ka napasok sa top 16, pero ang masasabi ko, proud na proud ako sa'yo. Kasi, alam mo yon, natapos mo yung pageant. Alam mo yon na hindi ka nagkasakit sa awa ng Diyos. Tapos alam mo yun, nakalaban ka sa paraan na alam mo, ginawa mo yung lahat ng makakaya mo. But this is a pageant. May nananalo, may natatalo. Pero hindi ibig sabihin kapag hindi ka napasama sa top 16 ay hindi ka na magaling. Actually, isa ka sa mga pinag-uusapan ngayon kasi madaming nang hinayang, madami ang nagsasabi, bakit hindi nakasama si Pasay? Magaling siya. Hindi lang ako, maraming tao na sumuporta sa'yo na nanghinayang at nalungkot. But simulan natin ang kwento. Nung pumasok ka sa Holiday Inn, ano ang preparasyon na ginawa mo doon? Ano yung mga hindi namin nakita at hindi namin nalaman?
Before going to Holiday Inn, syempre, talagang kailangan namin talaga mag-isolate beforehand. But of course, it was very hard kasi some of my gowns were not yet done, ganyan. I really have to still fit. So, talagang I have to follow health protocols na kailangan we stay away from other people. Para hindi kami mag-positive para dun sa Holiday Inn swab namin. But likewise, I have to do a lot of responsibilities. I have to gather clothes that I needed for Baguio Country Club. I have to talk to a lot of designers. I also have to at least do a passerella training kasi, you know, everyone knows that is my weakness, yung passerella training ko. And then Q&A. So I still had to talk to a lot of people beforehand. Plus, I think one of my major takeaways was my family was really here with me. The night before we went to Holiday Inn, talagang dito yung buong sala namin, punong-puno ng damit. Tapos sila Kirby, yung trainers ko, sila Charlie, naka-video call, tapos magme-message na kami, oh, ito, outfit na to, okay na ba to? Anong earrings, anong outfit? And I'm really grateful kasi I had a lot of friends, designer friends, hairstylist friends, and makeup artist friends na nagpahiram ng mga gamit. Alam mo yun, pati ultimo earrings, shoes, ang dami talagang nag-help and nag-support.
Ilang maleta ang dala-dala mo?
Tatlo po. 3 big ones. Dalawang garment.
Para kayo lalaban sa para na kayo lalaban sa international pageant.
Masasabi ko po nag-overpack ako. I mean, kami ni Rihanna. Me and Rihanna were roommates during the competition. And then talagang kami, ang dami pala natin gamit, no? Parang hindi natin lahat magagamit. The other days were just rehearsal days. Minsan, gagawin lang namin rehearsal, so magpapawis lang kami, ganyan. Tapos, there was already a time na dapat naka-PPE kami. So, hindi rin kita yung outfit natin, ganyan. So, parang kami, sige, basta mag-outfit na tayo and picture-picture na lang elsewhere. So they were also strict dun sa Baguio Country Club eh. Minsan magpipicture kami somewhere. Oy, pasok sa room, pasok sa room. Ganon.
But Sandra, tanong ko, pagdating mo sa Holiday Inn, anong unang-unang mong ginawa? Kasi may napanood ako na interview ka kagad ng mga newscaster. Paano nangyari to?
Pasok ko sa Holiday Inn, in-enjoy ko yung moments sa hotel. Kasi di ba Mama Sam, pag flight attendant ka, ang dami mong moments sa hotel, sa layover. Holiday Inn talaga yung isa sa mga hotel na ginagamit namin with my company. Sobrang na-miss ko. And I was messaging my crew friends. I was saying, guys, na-miss ko na mag-layover. So yun, talagang in-enjoy ko lang yung amenities. And likewise, we had requirements to post a lot of things for our sponsors. So, ayun, I was trying to be creative. I'm not sure if everybody had a look on it na gumawa ako ng video for Holiday Inn. Tumatalon-talon ako sa kama, nag-emote-emote ako elsewhere. So, yun. Parang that time, I was just really trying to be creative. Pero, na-feel ko mamasama na nung nandun ako sa Holiday Inn, mas less na yung stress ko. Nung ako, than the time before the preparation. Kasi yun talagang, I was really hands-on on everything that I had to prepare before the pageant. Pero nung nandun na ako, everything was prepared for. So, kukunin-kunin ko na yung mga bagay-bagay.
Okay. So, after nyo ng Holiday Inn, nagpunta na kayo ng Baguio. Anong meron sa biyahe ninyo? Meron bang mga eksena doon or what?
Naku, nakakasuka. Kasi, sobrang ganun-ganun yung road. And then, yeah, actually, that time that we were in Holiday Inn, we had a whole day of interview. So, I think I was super tired. We had, ang tawag dito? Tech test for one of our interviews with Resorts World. That was 10 a.m. And I woke up at 9:45. I was really panicking. Sabi ko, hala, shit, magsastart na yung It was actually just a tech test. So parang, I had to really come up with a look na super mabilisan. Pero it was a good thing. It was just a tech test. And then after 3 p.m. hanggang around 10 p.m., nagla-live interview kami with a lot of interviewers. Mga Rappler, ganyan. Marami talaga preview. There was a lot. So we were doing that interview all the way. Tapos the next day, ang call time na namin, Mama Sam, ang call time for pick up ng luggages, 1 a.m. So imagine, we only had 10 to 1 to be able to prepare ourselves. So me and the girls were contemplating, should we actually put makeup on the bus on the way to Baguio or not? Ako, ang ginawa ko, gumising ako ng 12 midnight. So I was just sleeping 10 to 12. Tapos 12 midnight, makeup ako. And then they had to pick up all of our luggages already. Tapos ang call time namin, 3. The other girls, what they did was, they just placed their makeup sa bus. Kaso nga nakakasuka. Super nakakasuka. Talaga, as in. So yun, so far, I was just really sleeping all the way going to Baguio. It was really fun. Katabi ko si Eliza nun. Kasi Eliza was really my friend back in modeling days pa.
Okay. Okay, so nandoon na kayo sa room. Ito na, simula na yung pageant, simula ng competition. Ano ang bawal at ano ang hindi?
Bawal. Of course, bawal na hindi ka naka-face shield at hindi ka naka-face mask because we had safety officers who would, nung nandun pa lang kami sa Holiday Inn, they would always tell us, you have to wear this, you have to wear that, you have to socially distance with your family. After kung mas-swab test nung sa Holiday Inn, my family wanted to have a picture with me before I went up to my room. But na-swab test na ako, so bawal na. So the safety officers was telling us that one. So likewise, when we were in Baguio, they were just always telling us to distance ourselves and wear our face shields, our face masks. Kasi minsan, di ba, kaming mga girls na miss namin yung isa't isa. We were so into talking to each other. Kaya yun. So talagang laging may nagsasabi sa amin. Ano pa bang ibang bawal? Yung ibang bawal pa, hindi naman bawal yung rice, pero they were really trying to give us a good diet. The food was really good. So we had steak, we had like mashed potatoes, but I was a rice person. Most of the girls were rice person. So my family came to Baguio, nagdala sila rice cooker.
Talaga.
Nagdala rice cooker.
Tapos, rice cooker talaga. Hindi ka mabubuhay na walang rice?
Opo. Si Rihanna and Mika, magluluto kami sa kwarto, ganyan. And then yun, family ko then was not allowed to enter. So hanggang doon lang sila sa gate. Tapos yun, may mga padala sila. Ganyan, sabi ko, ma, gusto ko ng pansit canton, ma.
Paano yun? Saan ka nahirapan dito sa pageant? Etong laban mong to, ano yung pinakamahirap na ginagawa mo sa everyday?
I think one of the hardest was trying to really emotionally block all those people around you who are saying something that you think is not beneficial for your pageant, for your pageant journey. I know that when I got to the competition, I was prepared for it. I was equipped with everything that I needed. But a lot of people would be telling you, oh, you didn't look good at this, you didn't look good at that, you didn't look good at this. But you know to yourself that you look at your best during the competition, or you look your best in that photo. And you have to really block some people around you kasi nga, beauty is subjective. For other people, this is nice. For other people, this isn't. So at that point in my life, I said, okay, I would only talk to my mentors, to my family, and those people that I trust. Yun lang, siguro some other people would be na masasaktan sila kasi I am not trying to read their messages, but that was how I really need to manage my emotions during that time. Kasi mag-isa ka na nga lang, kung meron pang mga negative things that they're gonna throw at you, naku, Mama Sam, ang hirap, ikaw mismo magbe-breakdown. I think there were a lot of times din naman na I would be sad about the situation. Pero so far, I think that was a good strategy for me.
Mula na ang competition ng preliminary interview, kamusta ang pakiramdam mo? Parang mamaya na ang interview, kamusta ang feeling?
Before the interview, may kaba po, pero hindi po masyado dahil nga po sobra akong na-train sa mga live interviews ko with you, Mama Sam, kila Sir RJ. Ang dami ko pong interview, and sila Charlie po, tsaka sila Kirby, sobra po nila akong train sa Q&A ko. So, alam ko rin po na sabi ko, okay, you're prepared for this. So, wag ka na lang kabahan. Siyempre, may mga bagay din na talagang out of your control. So, usually naman, pag nandun ka na, kakayanin mo naman eh. Wala kang ibang choice to survive in that situation. So, before the competition, I would hear a lot of people saying na, oh, this is, ito daw yung mga questions, or like parang, it's just chill, girls, wag kayong kabahan. So when they were saying it was just chill, sabi ko, okay, mag-chill lang din talaga ako. But when I was already next in line, kinabahan na po talaga ako doon, na parang, shit, ito na eh, dito na talaga yun eh, na, hala, ano kaya yung questions, ano yung mga sasabihin nila. And for 5 minutes, sabi ko, for 5 minutes, will I actually be able to say a lot about myself? Will I actually be able to know more about me? So, ayun. Yun yung pre-prelims Q&A po.
Ang ganda-ganda ng itsura mo nung araw na yun. Ang ganda-ganda ng suot mo. Ang elegant ng itsura mo. Pero napanood ko siya, ang sabi sa'yo ni Mama J, oh Sandra, 30 seconds lang ha. So, alam ko naman na madaldal ka. Pero naaabutan ka pa rin ng time. Bakit?
Madaldal po talaga ako, Mama Sam eh. Madaldal po talaga ako. And then, the questions was really something that I guess was, I wanted to say more about it. So what I was trying to do was I would answer the questions immediately, and then I will just add a little more info about it, a little more about my experience. But my core, my answers was already there. And if sabi ko man sa sarili ko, kung matime ako, at least nasagot ko yung question. And for me, prelims Q&A, the preliminary Q&A, it was actually a closed-door interview, diba? Wherein they really had to know more about you. So I would say as much as I could. I would tell them what I wanted. And actually, the mango story, a lot of people were expecting na I could have finished that. I could have finished that one. And gusto ko talaga siyang matapos. But I think as soon as I heard the judges said na after I ended the word from a smiling face, the kid frowned. And then nakat ako doon. And then narinig ko yung judges na sinabi nila, oh, nag-awa sila, like parang nalungkot sila. They were sighing. And I said, okay, I'm happy because I know that I was able to deliver my message.
Pero alam mo kung ano, habang nagsasalita ka sa bawat question na tinatanong sa'yo, isa ako sa mga kinakabahan doon. At isa ko sa mga nagsasabi sa sarili ko, tama na. Huwag ka nang sumagot. Huwag mo nang dagdagan, okay na. Ganun ako ng ganun. Tapos pag naririnig ko yung timer, parang sabi ko sa'yo, huwag ka nang magsalita eh. Kasi ang haba-haba na sinasabi mo. Pero ngayon, bibigyan kita ng pagkakataon ikwento. Anong tungkol doon sa may mango?
Okay, sige Mama Sam. Kasi it was a story that happened 2 or 3 years ago. Tapos when I was there, nakikipaglaro ko sa mga bata. And then yung bata na yon, sabi niya lang sa akin, ate, kuhanan kita ng mangga. So, sabi ko bata, alis siya. Kaya sabi ko, sige, go, kuhanan mo ko, ganyan. And then after, akyat siya sa puno. Tapos pagbalik niya, ang dami na niyang mangga sa kamay. Tapos after nun, masaya talaga siya. Sige, ate, ito na, ganyan. And then the first thing that I said was, magkano? I said, magkano? And this was really something that we, people who lived in the city, are accustomed to. Every time that people are gonna do something kind for us, instead of saying thank you, what we say is, magkano? Anong kapalit? Yun lagi yung iniisip natin. And that was the story that I wanted to tell people, na sometimes, hindi naman natin kailangang sabihin na magkano, anong kapalit nito, anong pwede kong gawin for you. You only had to say thank you, because the word thank you is worth $1,000,000 once it's felt.
It's true.
That's true.
Oo yun.
Opo. And then that was actually just the story that I wanted to say. Pero aside from that, kasi nakilala ko rin yung chief ng village. Yung chief ng village is also one of the organizers was talking to him. And then yung organizer sinasabi sa chief ng village na you can cook for the guests. Pwede bang lutuan mo yung mga guests, turuan mo silang mag-archery, tulungan mo silang magkaroon ng magandang immersion dito sa place nyo. And then, sabi agad ng organizer, anong kapalit? How much do we have to pay you? And makikita mo na the kid and the chief of the village had the same values, because the only thing that the chief said was, bigyan mo lang kami ng seedlings, pangtanim ng mga puno dito. That's enough. We don't need your money. We just need seedlings so that we could survive. And ayun, sabi ko, talagang marirealize natin na the only way that we could teach the younger generation is we have to be the people that they can be inspired from. We have to inspire them na tayo yung kokopyahan nila. So that's the story that I wanted to share on that platform. And I'm sure 30 seconds is not enough, Mama Sam. 30 seconds is not enough. And I wish I was able to say it more in this kind of platform. I'm not limited to sharing this story in that platform. Actually, when me and my camp was talking about it, ito na lang yung story na ikwento mo. Kasi I think this is something na malalaman din ng masasabi natin sa mga judges, ganyan. Sabi ko, isn't this a story na we're supposed to actually say in a lot of people? Kasi this is the kind wherein dapat lahat ng tao narinig, hindi lang judges. If given the chance, it was a closed-door interview. Sabi ko, mas maganda if a lot of people would be hearing this story. Sabi niya, actually, tama ka nga naman. I'm very glad. Prelims Q&A was broadcasted to everybody.
So, swimsuit competition. Tapos na yung preliminary interview, swimsuit competition. Paano ka naghanda dito? Ang ganda-ganda nung lakad mo doon.
Thank you, Mama Sam. Alam mo, Mama Sam, at first, I was really confused on how I'm gonna walk for a swimsuit. I really don't know kung asan yung red light. All they were saying was you have to find the red light. Kasi nandun yung camera. It's either you look at the judges or you look for the red light kasi nandun yung camera. Because the judges had their own panels wherein they can see from the camera view. Hindi ko mahanap. So siguro at some point I was looking elsewhere when we were doing the swimsuit because that was our first walk. We only had one rehearsal for it. Tapos nung naglalakad na ako parang, hindi ko mahanap yung red light. Tapos I was just asking the person from the backstage, ano ba yung mga camera na titignan, ganyan. So far, sabi ko na lang, okay, Zandra, quit it. Don't find the red light. Just enjoy the moment. So I was just really enjoying the moment and instilling whatever I've learned from my camp. So ayun, I hope that everybody got to see how happy I am while I was walking on the stage.
Maraming nagsasabi, ang likot daw ng balikat mo.
Talaga? Actually, when I was looking at it, I was super excited. And when I get super excited, Q&A, when I get super excited, bumibilis ako magsalita. And then with regards to walk, I think mas gumagalaw yung arms ko. Siguro po, I would say na I really got excited when I was doing the swimsuit round. And so kaya binawi ko siya nung evening gown. Mas mellow na yung lakad ko during the evening gown.
Okay. So evening gown. Maraming nagsasabi, sana sinuot na lang ni Sandra nung una yung kulay orange. Maraming naman nagsasabi na ang ganda daw ng yung unang sinuot mo. Para sa'yo, anong say mo dito?
Para sa akin, kung ano yung sinuot ko on that stage, that was what was meant for me. Kasi my gown for prelims and my gown for finals was two different gowns. One was without a trail, the other one was with a trail. Hindi ko ma-emote, ang emote ko na paikot-ikot at gumaganyan-ganyan pa kung hindi yung prelims gown ko yung suit ko. And to be honest, I hope that you guys were able to see it. Sobrang nag-enjoy lang ako na gumanyan-ganyan, mag-emote-emote, and do a lot of establishments when I was on that stage. And super, I love my gown for prelims. Likewise, I was wishing that I was able to walk my gown for finals as well.
So, Sandra, tanong ko sa'yo, sa tatlong ginawa mo, tingin mo, saan ka naging mahina doon?
Masasabi
sa evening gown?
Sa swimsuit po talaga. Siguro, yun nga, sobra akong na-excite. Tapos, kinakapa ko pa yung stage during that time na, hindi ko alam kung saan ako titingin. And then, I was really excited. I saw that my hand movements was magalaw. I was also telling that to my camp. Guys, I got excited. My hands were moving a lot, which was one of my comments during my runway challenge. And I tried to regain it back when I was already doing the evening gown. But so far, I enjoyed. So that's important for me, and I'm happy.
69, final nights, top 16. Sa grupo ninyo, 5 ang tatawagin. Yung 3 na ang tinatawag, ano mga tumatakbo sa utak mo?
Siyempre po, ang tumatakbo sa utak ko, sana ako. Sana ako. Kasi I was really wishing that the judges saw all the efforts that I had placed on that stage. Not just on that stage during the prelims Q&A. I was just really wishing. Kasi parang I put my hard work in there. And I was wishing na sana sabihin nila, Miss Pasay! Tapos ini-imagine ko na kung paano ako mag-emote dun sa gitna. Yun po yung tumatakbo sa utak ko nun.
Okay. Isa na lang ang tatawagin. Ano mga tumatakbo sa utak mo?
Nung isa na lang po yung tatawagin, I was really saying Bella was still on the stage. Bella was one of the strongest contenders in the competition, sabi ko. It's either it's me or it's Bella. But sabi ko, Bella was really such a strong contender. And I felt like, ay, baka si Bella to. And I was already slowly accepting na, okay, Sandra, baka hindi ka naman talaga part of top 16. So I was trying to listen to myself that, hey, it's okay, ganyan. Medyo ganun na. Meron na akong partner na ganun. Kasi Bella was really one of the girls who was really a front runner na deserving sa spot.
Pero tanong ko sa'yo, kung top 20 to, tingin mo nandoon ka?
Baka po. Sana. Yes. Oo. I was wishing. Kasi I was siguro po, nung una, Mama Sam, nung una siguro mga 3 months into the competition, I wouldn't see myself on any top 20, top 16. I wasn't really good at it. But when I was slowly getting into the competition, I had a lot of live interviews and a lot of people were really hearing who I am. They were really telling me that, Sandra, you deserve a spot. Sandra, you deserve this. You're good at this. You're good at that. Then sabi ko, naku, nakakatuwa. Kasi a lot of people were seeing that in me. Siguro po, at some point, nagkaroon ako ng expectations na a lot of people were seeing that in me. But I forgot that it's not just those people. Meron po tayong mga judges, meron pa po organizers who was also seeing that. So, in such a short span of time, siguro, I was just really wishing, siguro kahit top 20. Okay sana. Excited ako.
I think pag top 20, feeling ko nandoon ka sa top 20. Sana. For sure. Tapos, ang ano lang dyan kasi, Sandra, sa simula kasi, sa pageant naman kasi, lahat naman kayo magaling. Lahat kayo. Pero dapat talaga lahat ibibigay yung best. Sabi ko nga sa inyo lagi, hindi to enough yung ginagawa. Huwag kayong makontento doon sa para ginawa ko na yung train ko ginawa ko na yung best ko Ito na yung naka-ready na ako. Pero hindi natin alam kung ano ang paghahanda ang ginawa ng iba. Talagang sabi ko kasi this is a pageant. Syempre gagawa talaga sila ng paraan ng the best of the best. Di ba? So yun, pero ako nakita ko naman sa'yo, lumaban ka naman ng patas, ginawa mo yung lahat ng makakaya mo on stage, nag-training ka ng husto, hindi ka rin napuyat ka, napagod ka. So, I think you are the winner. Winner ka pa rin. Kasi alam, hindi ka lang natawag doon sa top 16. Pero sabi ko nga kung top 20 yun, for sure, natawag ka. Pero ang tanong ko sa'yo, ano ang natutunan mo sa buong istorya ng pageant mo?
As I've said, nung interview ko, I really learned that I can push myself to the limits. Kahit na sinasabi ng katawan ko na ayaw ka na, when I wanted to do something, when I have my goals set into the stage, I'm really gonna do it. Despite the fact na ang dami mga personal struggles in your life, if you find an ounce of hope to be able to push things, you'll be able to do it. Yun po.
Kung sasali ka uli, babalik uli natin yung pageant. Bibigyan ko uli ng pagkakataon ng ibalik yung pageant. Ano ang babaguhin mo?
Ang babaguhin ko lang po talaga is yung walk ko ng swimsuit round. I wish that my hands were less moving, mas less yung movements. But that would be all. Kasi that's the only thing that I had the trouble with. Pero the rest, I feel na I don't have any regrets. Kasi sabi nga nila, when you've done your best, you don't have any regrets. Bago ka sumuko sa laban, dapat alam mo na binigay mo muna lahat ng best mo.
Sa mga 5 nanalo na pili sa top 5, tingin mo lahat sila deserve?
Lahat po talaga sila deserve. Lahat ng top 5 talaga, deserve talaga sila. I've come to know most of the girls during the competition. Hindi ko man ka-batch yung iba, pero deserve talaga po sila.
Ang dami naglalabasan ng issue ngayon, kaliwaan, kabilaan. Ano ang say mo dito?
So far for me, let's stop speculating. There are a lot of things that we don't know what happened. There are things that everybody is just assuming that there's this story. But again, you have to know the side of the story. Why is this person reacting this way? Why is this person saying such, diba? People just have a lot of things to say. Sometimes we say things because we feel that we are entitled to an opinion. We are entitled to say something, but nonetheless, we fail to realize that we are actually hurting other people with things that we are not even sure of. I just really hope that we stop spreading fake news or things that we are not sure of. I personally feel that as much as possible, I'm trying to reduce my amount of social media. Whenever I read a lot of things, ang dami kong nababasa na hindi naman totoo. But again, it's not my story to tell. It's not me who was able to share the stories. And I could only say what I saw. And sana man lang, people would stop hurting other people. Let's just spread kindness because everybody deserves kindness.
Si Sandra naging maingay lately sa social media. Tingin mo may basihan ang mga sinasabi niya? Yes or no lang?
Yes. That's true. May basehan po.
Oh, okay. So, ano masasabi mo para kay Rabia Mateo? Ano ma-advise mo?
Rabia is a well-deserving queen. She's our Miss Universe Philippines. And I truly support her in fighting for the Miss Universe Philippines crown and the Miss Universe stage. And what I would just say that there's a lot of issues going on. Just be strong. And I've seen how hard you've worked for this. I was there in your room when we were all practicing Q&A before our prelims Q&A interview. And you were one of the eloquent ladies in the competition. And I hope that no matter what people throw at you, just believe in your core, stay true to yourself, and just believe that all of your sisters are here to support you.
Sa laban mong to sa Miss Universe Philippines 2020, ano ang baon mo pag-uwi mo?
Ang baon ko pag-uwi ko?
Yung galing doon sa pageant, parang anong natutunan mo? Anong napulot mo dito?
Para sa akin, yung pinaka napulot ko dito is my sisters. I mean, after the competition, I realized I have a lot of sisters with me during the competition. I'm actually one of the girls who I'm actually the girl who organized the reunion as soon. Kasi ayokong ma-miss out namin yung moments with each other. So as soon as the competition ended and I knew that some girls were going home to the provinces and the other girls are still here in Manila, sabi ko, let's organize something. Kasi ayokong ma-miss out yung moments na ang hirap eh. Like right now, pandemic, ang hirap na mag-meet kami ulit sa isa't isa. So sana, sooner or later, we'll be able to see each other again and we'll be sisters forever.